Hello everyone, welcome back. In today's video, we are going to be taking a look at how we can eliminate the usage of if functions by using Power Query. If you stick around till the end of the video, I'll show you a neat trick on how you can maintain the if functionality very easily in Power Query and edit it as well. For all of us who have been using Excel, the if function is one of the most common functions that we use in Excel. But maintaining these functions when we used to write a lot of common business code or rules can be quite tedious, and sometimes even having to debug them can be quite tedious, or sometimes if there are any syntactical errors it can be difficult to debug and find the proper solution. We can resolve all of this in Power Query without having to write a single line of code with a very powerful Power Query editor. But before we delve right into it, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for the latest of data analytics in Excel, Power Query, Power BI and Python. So let's delve right into it. For this example, I'm going to be using a small data set that I've created on my own. It has no reference to any actual data collected. I've just created this fictional data so that we can understand. Say I am an employer and I want to employ certain people or fresh graduates from colleges. So I want to decide how much salary I'm going to give them. So based on the qualification, I will decide these are my business rules, that if a person is engineer, I pay 100k. If a person is from the finance background, I pay 80k. If the person is from the art background or an art graduate, I pay 50k. And if he's not a graduate, then I pay the individual based on the GPA. So if the GPA is greater than equal to 3, I pay 45k. If it's 2, I pay 40k, and anything less than 2, I pay 30k. So I've written this nice if function and I've copied it down. But writing multiple if functions can be quite tedious, and also debugging them or understanding them can be quite tedious. Also, I need to have these if functions copied down for all of the cells in my spreadsheet, which can make your processing in Excel quite slow. So how to speed this up and improve the maintainability as well, and do all of this without having to write a single line of code? We can do this easily in Power Query. Let's take a look at. I click this area. You need to convert this into a table first. You can use the Control T on your keyboard and convert this into a table. I've already done it. So I'm going to say from table, from the data tab. And this has loaded the data set into the Power Query editor. Now I can see it has the 2 columns. Now for this, I'm going to be adding a new column, and I'm going to be using the add column, and I'm going to be using conditional column. So conditional column is like an if statement, but it's very easy to use without having to write any code. So I'm going to be showing you the basic features here. If you want a video on the advanced features also, do let me know, and I'll make a video on that. So here we are going to use the name the column as salary, because that is what I want to derive, and I'll directly choose the column, and I can also choose the operation. So I say qualification equals to engineer, and I say 100k. Then I'll say qualification equals finance. And you can see the beauty here. I can choose multiple columns, and I can also give multiple conditions. So it automatically added an if statement. This I want to pay as 80k as per the business rule. Add a clause again, qualification. And now for art, I say 50k. Okay. Then now I want to choose my rule now bifurcates. I want to go on the GPA. If he has none of these qualifications, then I'm going to look at the GPA of the individual, and if I say is greater than equal to, so I'm not writing any code, I'm just selecting the options. Greater than equal to 3, I pay 45k, and add another clause again, the GPA. Now this time is equal, so equals to 2, I'll pay 40k, and if it is less than 2, so I'm going to say this time less than. So you can see I'm taking multiple conditions. Less than 2, I pay 30k, and or I can even remove this and put it in the else, whichever way it works. So let me say I can click and delete and remove this and put this directly in the else and write 30k. So this is the beauty. If I make a mistake in my rule, I can obviously delete it, and I can also click on this and move it up and down, so I can change the order of my rules. This kind of flexibility you get. I click on OK, and here my salary column is done. I'll click here and change the format to currency so you can see it better. And there we are done. I'm going to click on home, I click on close and load to, and let's put it in the same sheet. So I click on existing worksheet, I select this option, I choose here and click OK. And you can see it is loaded. The values are matching exactly with the formulas that are written above. And the beauty of it, this has no formulas here and I need not maintain it. And also if I apply this to even a million rows, it will not slow down my spreadsheet. Okay, because there's no processing happening in the Excel spreadsheet. And also as promised, there's a neat trick. If I want to maintain this, if I want to add a new business rule to this function, or I want to update it, or I want to add a new condition, all I need to do is just double click this, load up the Power Query window again. And this is a very good way to maintain your if statements and if functionality. All I need to do is click on the small wheel on the conditional column in the applied steps. And not only I can change it, I can also study whatever are my business rules. So I can see what are the rules I have encoded here. I can change any order and I can manipulate them. It's very easy to maintain and you need not bother of the syntax or debugging anything. So I hope you like this video, and if you enjoyed this video, do leave a comment on what you liked or what video you want me to make, and do not forget to subscribe to my channel, leave a like, and stay tuned for the latest of data analytics in Power Query, Excel, Python and Power BI. Thank you.